You need to tune into the Cleveland game week 1. Because I can guarantee you this. When fucking Deshaun Watson comes out the tunnel, there's going to be shit that is going to be thrown at him. Mm-hmm. It's going to be loud ass boos. People are going to boo him every fucking drive.
I mean, I kind of find it weird because like everybody keeps saying like it's the money, it's the money, it's the money.
It doesn't matter.
Like, because look at Russell Wilson. Like he gets paid so massively, and everybody dog shit on him, and then he got replaced, and they didn't even give a fuck about the contract. So it's like, to be honest, it's not even about the contract.
But I do think Monken has a plan, and they're going to give Monken more than this 1 year, because I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't go with Harbaugh to the Giants if he wasn't prepared for the shit show that's going to be at Cleveland that he took.
This one, I get it. But honestly, this preseason, if you're just looking at it, to me, it was like 50-50. And if I was, did we even see Taylor Green throw one pass?
No.
We didn't see him have one run?
No.
I think it's not even like registered. Like
this man Taylor Green was just holding the clipboard.
Ah, shit, hold up. I just got a notification that Yannick and Guacque fucking working out.
Oh,
shit.
Billy, please.
Shit.
I've been asking for this for years.
Man, it's average 7.5 sacks everywhere he's been. And then people are just like, nah, he's washed. If I was top Monken, I'd be like, Dylan Gabriel's a starter. or Taylor, it would have been crazy if he was like, no, Taylor Green is starting. Man, the whole
fans would have been like,
base,
I forgot we had him, bro.
They better be fuck. To me, to make such a rash decision, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna let you guys speak, because I don't really have too much that I want to get into with this, because like I think this was the right move until what happened a couple days ago, right after their game, when Mr. Deshaun Watson wanted to get up on the podium and just completely throw the city of Cleveland under the bus, even though this is a hard one to either agree or disagree with because of his actions, his legal actions that have happened. But I feel for him as a person, because I wasn't about that shit when he tore his Achilles up and the fans were booing him. I was like, all right, bro, like something's got to give here. That's fucking crazy. But I understand, but I don't understand at the same time. You throw the whole city of Cleveland under the bus and you talk shit. To me, for Todd Monken to be like, yeah, in a couple days on Monday, I'm going to announce a starter, to not even consider that, especially the starting quarterback of your team, who's the face of your franchise. Well, what you're saying whenever you name a quarterback is this is the face of the team, the guy that's going to be on every billboard and, you know, is going to represent us, win, lose, or draw. That's just the quarterback position. So now you're putting this guy on Front Street after he made the comments that he made. I'm going to just tell y'all right now, if you need to tune into the Cleveland game week 1, because I can guarantee you this. When fucking Deshaun Watson comes out the tunnel, there's going to be shit that is going to be thrown at him. Mm-hmm. It's going to be loud ass boos. People are going to boo him every fucking drive. Every drive. They're going to boo him when he scores a touchdown. I almost guarantee it when you watch this shit. It's going to be, I wish that Hard Knocks has gone on through the season so you can see things, because this would be crazy. For his mental, I'm not sure why he didn't just request a release if he hated the city so much. That's kind of like where I'm at with this. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. If like you hate Cleveland so much, why don't you just ask for your release or a trade? Because I honestly thought that was going to happen. I don't understand why he didn't. And now you're the quarterback of the city, bro. It's kind of like you have put yourself in your own demise by making the comments. Now you've been named quarterback number 1. So guess what, Deshaun? Week 1, all this shit happens. You just gonna have to take it, homie, because you could have got out of this situation. And from Todd's perspective, I got a lot of respect for Todd Monken. But how do you not consider that into this decision? You got 4 quarterbacks, and we didn't even see one. We saw Dylan for a couple snaps. The fuck are we doing? I mean, this is the most important. If teams are getting rid of first-year head coaches at a clip that's higher than we've ever seen, I would be scared to have made the wrong decision here. But he's got this infatuation with Deshaun for whatever reason. I'm not saying that I'm pro Shedeur, but the last game Shedeur showed you that he was a better quarterback. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is I feel like your leading case should be for, if you're Monken, of next year. I need to select the quarterback that I want next year. That's just kind of how I feel that it is for Monken to hopefully save his job, because you're absolutely right. There's been a high of just one and done coaches. It's a miracle Aaron Glenn didn't get canned for the New York Jets. But you know, something that's pretty interesting with Watson is that he's played 19 games in 5 seasons. And you know, their owner, the Browns owner, even said, like, look, we took a big swing and a miss with Deshaun. We thought we had a quarterback, and we didn't, and we gave up a lot for this man, so we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of the hole. You know, you had pretty much the one-way race, or the 1v1 between Watson and Shedeur. You know, earlier on, before this previous preseason game, there was a day where Deshaun Watson started QB1 over Shedeur on Shedeur's day, and so obviously you got the back and forth there. Then the actual game comes out, and, you know, as you can kind of see here, yes, he threw an interception, but he also got a touchdown. So Shedeur had, and again, we're not pro Shedeur here, but it's like, you know, Shedeur did have a better day than Deshaun. You know, I think this is pretty much we're salvaging it, whether or not it's following the contract or anything like that. Monka believes that this is the best that he's got for now. It'll be interesting, and I think it's listen, we're just trying to salvage it. We've got a group of young receivers here, young guys, young running backs. I need a quarterback, and it just may not be on this roster yet. He may still be at college. He may be in Oregon. Who knows?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I did want to go back to this graphic though. Shout out to my man Authentic. Everybody knows well, if you don't know Authentic, you should know. That's big bro around here for us. But he made these 2 graphics, and I thought they were very interesting. Deshaun Watson in Cleveland actually doesn't have terrible stats, especially coming after a season that, you know, or the whole 2 years that he was off before he actually came to Cleveland, being away from football, and still has a better touchdown to interception ratio than Shedeur did in his first season. Shedeur had the worst QBR in the NFL, by the way. A 56.6 fucking completion percentage. It's fucking horrible. I'm sorry. If you guys don't know, and I've said this once and I'll say it again, not to dunk on Shedeur, we're sitting there dunking on Deshaun. But if your completion percentage is less than 62% on average, when I look at your season, and I don't look at completion percentage as being everything, it's just a good measuring stick to see where a good quarterback should be statistically. You see Deshaun is kind of sitting right under that 61.2, but he's still in the 60s. 56.6 is insane, bro. I mean, that's nasty work. How the fuck are we defending this year to year to year, man?
Is that
go
close
ahead.
to Anthony Richardson's completion rate too?
Yeah, Anthony's in the 50s as well. There ain't no saving him. So there's no difference to the team if he sits at home or plays financially. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of find it weird because like everybody keeps saying like it's the money.
It
doesn't
matter.
like,
I don't think
like,
Todd gives a fuck about that. He's won
Yeah.
national championships. He cares about winning.
like, because look at Russell Wilson. Like, he gets paid so massively, and everybody dog shit on him, and then he got replaced, and they didn't even give a fuck about the contract. So it's like, to be honest, it's not even about the contract.
Yeah, that's what exactly. this is one of the things that I just don't understand about fans in general, because they go with a narrative and they just shoot that shit forward,
ride or die, baby,
down the peace pipe, dog. One of the things you have to understand in this whole decision, even if Shedeur played better than him in that last preseason game, you were not within those four walls. You were not at every single practice. You were not charting and seeing every single throw outside of social media, which is not going to show you everything. Todd Monken has tape from every single practice. His coaches are telling him things. The players are probably coming in his office and telling him things. You want to see who efficiently runs your offense the best way. What we're looking at the end of the day in the preseason on tape is just 3 games when they've been looking at this shit for weeks at this point, months at this point, of what these two players matched up to be. So we can't sit here in a vacuum. And a lot of people's mind, like, yeah, Drew Aller and Ty Simpson played their ass off in the preseason, but everybody knows that they're not the number one starter and there's no competition there, right? So it's easy to say Drew and Ty are going to be good players from what we've seen. But this is a little different because this is an active competition that was going on between these two and Dylan, because Todd said himself that Dylan was part of this quarterback competition. But to be naive in the fact that to kind of supersede what Todd and the rest of that staff has seen up to this point, and then when Deshaun gets there and be like, oh, Deshaun doesn't deserve to start. Well, they've been evaluating this dude since day one, and they said that this was an open competition. They had to work between 3 quarterbacks. And obviously, Taylor, if he wasn't starting in the preseason, I mean, we could talk about it and just laugh about it, but realistically, they weren't. If you're not seeing Taylor Green starting in the preseason, he must have been cheeks. I mean, the coaches were like, he's not ready to run offense.
You know, we've seen Jalen Daniels out here for the Bucks. Like, he's been bumping himself up to QB3, hell, potentially even QB2. Like, I saw him live Saturday against the Chiefs. That man was electric on offense.
Man, I'm telling you what, man. There's no bigger fans of Jalen Daniels than us, man. Once Colton Nicky got out of there and then cursed Drew. But once he got out of Kansas, and he stayed healthy those 2 seasons and we saw it,
he was popping off.
Jalen Daniels is what everybody wanted Jalen Milroe to be so far. And what we've seen, the action that he's gotten. Deshaun is, let's see the contract. I'm not a contract
Isn't it
guy.
5 years?
I think like 230 million, 5 years.
He would be an unrestricted free agent next year. Is that right? He has 4 void years if he gets cut, which is through 2030. So they built that in. But he has a signing bonus of $8.9 million. God damn. The contract is fucking gross.
The more and more you look at it, the more and more you go, oh yeah, this did happen.
I don't want to bash Shedeur, but it's just the hype is just way too much, and I think it's just kind of like, even like, I think you gotta take what like Andrew Barry said. It's also like we're just evaluating whoever just give us the like chance to win, because everyone wants to keep their job. I think Andrew Barry wants to keep the job because I think he's been there the longest, and like Tom Monken is trying to show that
no one wants to get fired.
That he could flip this like terrible Browns team to be successful. And I think it's to the point where like I think he's saying that like Deshaun Watson was like ready
and let's be real,
in training camps.
Yeah, let's be real though. Pieces are there for the Browns. Like, defense has done well. There's offensive pieces that are there, obviously. It's just, again, you got to figure out the whole quarterback situation. Your receiver room is young. Your starting running back's heading into his 2nd year. You know, you just got to get a good young quarterback out of this draft with like your first overall, or not first overall, potentially first overall, who knows, but with your first rounder. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But I do think Monken has a plan, and they're going to give Monken more than this 1 year, because I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't go with Harbaugh to the Giants if he wasn't prepared for the shit show that's going to be at Cleveland that he took.
My thing is, and just to answer this, man, he was a rookie quarterback for the Browns. Like, who the fuck did he have on offense last year besides Fan and Jr.? Where's the same energy for Dylan when he threw 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but Shedeur had 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions? Like,
and Gabriel also got injured as well.
Just because he didn't throw the ball down the field like everybody wanted him to and make these splash plays, he was more efficient than what Shedeur was when it comes to the numbers perspective. Like, I don't understand. If we're defending one rookie, why are we not defending the other one? I think out of everybody in this situation, I trust Todd Monken in his evaluation of quarterbacks. You know why? Because Stetson Bennett won 2 fucking national championships on him at Georgia. I think he knows a thing or two about getting the best out of a quarterback. Unfortunately for Dylan, he just didn't fit in the equation of what they wanted to do, and he had an early exit to that competition. But there are people that are fielding calls right now for Dylan Gabriel. I mean, let's not act like the dude is just devoid of any talent. I hate when people say that shit, man.
Let's also not act like Dylan Gabriel isn't going to be named a starter at some point in the season for the Browns. Like, even if it's like, say, early on, like week 3 or whatever, after the first home game, and the Browns go like 0-3 under Watson, and he's like, all right, fine, we're starting Shedeur. You don't think that for like weeks 4 through 18, they're going to keep Shedeur? I have a feeling at some point we are going to see Dylan Gabriel for the Browns.
Mm-hmm. JT, go ahead, Lincoln.
No, but I just don't think Shedeur is still ready, because especially how we're talking about how taking over the training camp, like being ready, looking ready. And even if, like, I think during Stefanski gave, like, everyone chances. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Joe Flacco. And Dylan Gabriel won the job because he was ready. And I don't think Shedeur is ready at all. And there's a reason why, like, you have to take, like, the coach's word, like, saying, like how he said, like Todd Monken saying Deshaun Watson is taking, like, over the training camp, or, like, looking how ready he is. I just don't think Shedeur is ready, or whatever Shedeur is prepping himself. It just doesn't, I guess, don't look right for, like, coaches.
Yeah, I agree with this, Omari. It's what we're battling right now is Cleveland has a coach that it's kind of like having that like you work with somebody, right, and they're in a management position, and this is very much me in my job, so I might be kind of like living vicariously through myself at this point
right now.
But I might not be as high as a level as like a VP, but I'm respectable enough of being a director in my position, and if somebody was to do some bullshit at a higher position, I'm not afraid to speak up and say something. And I think Todd Monken is the same way. Like, yeah, I know you're the owner, but like, fuck you. You asked me to be the coach of this team. Let me coach this fucking team or get rid of me. Like, and I respect that a lot from Todd Monken. So, I mean, Omari, I feel like that this is the best course of action too, but you have a coach that's not a pushover either. Like, if you had another coach that was in there,
he an old head. He ain't gonna get pushed over like that.
Yeah, but I agree. It's like everybody wants to see Shedeur play. Give him the fucking full 17-game schedule and see if he makes it out. Because number one, what you do by naming Shedeur as a starter is you give him everybody talks about, let's give him he didn't have first team reps. You already know that argument always comes up for the fucking amateur debaters out there. He didn't get first team reps. Well, he get all the first team reps with everybody that's healthy right now. And then you get into the middle of the season where he's, again, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. The Browns haven't won a fucking game. Then they'll say something like, well, the running game's not good. They should run the ball more with Quinshawn, and we got Quinshawn Judkins. And then that'll be an excuse. And they'll say that the receivers suck. Like, it'll never be enough for Shedeur. And again, you've seen, if the fans say that Shedeur's as good as what he is, he should be able to deal with the shittiest team and elevate them to be the best. That's what always boggles my mind about the Shedeur fans. It's like, if he's that fucking good, okay, he's on the Browns. Give him the fucking full 17 game schedule and see if you guys make the playoffs. Because the last guy that dealt with the shitty Browns team was Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield took the shitty team to the playoffs. He doesn't have that moxie like that. He just doesn't, bro. I'm sorry.
Again, I think it'd be poetic if Baker Mayfield rejoined the Browns after this year.
You know what's funny, Dante? Baker's Mayfield is going to be facing Tampa Bay in week 2.
Yeah.
Or Shedeur's going to be facing Tampa Bay?
Well, the Browns are, yeah. Whoever is starting quarterback at week 2.
Deshaun
Maybe.
Watson's facing Baker Mayfield in week 2.
Yeah.
And Baker's going to make them pay.
Yeah, they don't even get their first home game till week 3. Yeah, tune in on that one, because I guarantee you can hear the boos all the way from the broadcasting on that one on week 3.
Yeah, that's just always been my thing, man. They talk about this dude like he's a superstar, but they give him all the excuses. No, you guys talk about like he should elevate any fucking team that he goes to, right? So last year, guess what? He was shitty. When he got the chance, he didn't elevate them. He was shitty. He had a couple splash plays and everybody was, pinning the tail on the donkey on like, oh, this guy's the greatest quarterback ever. Under a 50%, under a 60% completion percentage. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I think people just need to like smell the roses. What's up, Chewy? Manny says, I hope my boy Darren Mensah doesn't go to the dumpster fire in Cleveland. And I bet you if Darren Mensah gets drafted to the Cleveland Browns, they will make the playoffs next year.
He'll actually be able to elevate the team.
Because he did it at Duke. Nobody caught the ball, and he put it in the vicinity in the breadbasket. I'm telling you, we'll get it. I talked about it last night. Darren Mensah is, I think Talon plays before Gabriel, to be honest. But how can you come to that conclusion when he didn't even play a snap in the preseason?
He didn't play one snap.
Not one snap.
Either. Granted, we'll see in this upcoming one, but still.
You're not seeing Talon Green. They ain't starting Dylan Gabriel, my man. So they'll give Sanders the entire season to after replacing Watson. The owner wants that money and also keep fans still watching. That is very true. Baker to the Browns. You think he wants to play for Jimmy Haslam again? If the price is right, because right now he's going through
if Price is right and Stefanski is gone, yeah. All the guys that he didn't like that were on like Carolina, the Browns, all that, they're gone.
It's a different coach. I don't think.
There's also an older Baker Mayfield as well.
Like Jimmy Haslam wouldn't welcome back with open arms. He's the one that got him the playoff win the last time that he was there.
Baker's going like check and go write whatever you want down there.
Baker's going through one of those what we would call he's trying to get that old man contract. Just in case I get hurt. Anything that may happen, I still want to get paid. I know I'm like at the later part of my career right now. I'm either trying to win a Super Bowl or retire with a lot of money. That's what Baker Mayfield's at right now. But if Jimmy Haslam was like, yeah, we'll give you that package, he'd be in a Browns uniform telling Shedeur Sanders to go lick his balls. Yeah. So suck on these nuts. Like that's what he'd be telling them. Shit, Browns fans might even cheer for Baker when they score against them.
Shit, I gotta.
They definitely will if Deshaun Watson's their quarterback.
Right. I gotta see what ticket prices are gonna be for that one. I might have to be like, hold on, we gotta see this.
Facts. Anything else, gentlemen, before we move on to for the next one, man?
I mean, giving Todd Monken also credit. Like he also gave Lamar Jackson the MVP as well. Did he?
Yeah, first year.
Mm-hmm.
First year he was there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, people act like he doesn't know how to choose a quarterback. If Dylan got limited snaps, he's not the guy. If Taylor didn't get any snaps, he's not the guy. If it became down between Deshaun and Shedeur, I'm sure some of it was pressure from the front office. And the rest of it, choosing the starter, was, I don't care about your contract, Deshaun. I think you give us the best chance to win. I don't think Todd's not a smart dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's going to be a pretty good coach for the Browns. I just think right now, he's probably the best coach for this situation, to be completely honest. Because he's going to treat both of these guys the same. And he seemed genuinely excited for both of them, too. Like, to see them grow into their role. Not, who's going to be the ultimate quarterback that's going to get us a Super Bowl right now. I don't think he's worried about that.
I think during the last draft, when I remember Shedeur saying that the Ravens wanted to draft him as well. So, I mean, it's just...
As a backup to Shedeur, though.
Yeah, as a backup, yeah.
Or the backup to Lamar. He went down for that shit. So, yeah, Todd has always been a fan of his. Like, so this is not like... this benching is not in regards of, like... And I'm sure Todd's had this discussion with him, like, Shedeur, we believe in you. This is better for you to get better as a player. See what Deshaun does. As soon as Deshaun fucks up, we're throwing you in there, and you better carry us. Like... He's going to have that expectation for him because he had Stetson Bennett for 2 years and won 2 national championships.
Look at my pedigree.
Yeah. Monken had Winston Ballin in 18 when he was the OC. That's what I'm saying. It's. I think the Browns are going to be pretty shitty, and I think they're going to be a lot of games that they should win. I don't think at the end of the season, regardless of the record, I don't think the Browns are going to be the team that everybody's like, oh man, they were a pushover. They might go 1-16, right? And I don't think we're sitting up here saying Browns sucked balls. They were one of the worst teams ever. Now we're going to look at the scores and be like, damn, 27-28, 13-14, 10, 10-9. Like, it's going to be shit like that throughout the season. And it's going to be fun to watch.
Maybe a couple games, not the entirety of it. I do think there's going to be genuine ones. Again, that week 2 Tampa, depending on what version of Tampa we get, I think they'll just blow them out the water.